da mọ́tò lè wọ̀ ẹni kí n jẹ gbogbo ara dúró sí ibà yìí sí àná òbí wọn ẹ̀yìn sí ọ̀sẹ̀pẹ̀ àbẹ̀fẹ̀ ọ̀tẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ mi bá ń bọ̀ wá ń bọ̀ wá ń bọ̀ ṣe.
Ẹ ká gbọ́dọ̀ wá yìí tó tó ìbẹ̀rù ọ̀la ní mo ṣe sọ fún yín ẹnìkan lè gbọ́ padà lọ àti bí mo ṣe ń bọ̀ yín jáde lẹ́yìn NNPC yẹn ó débi mo ti bá ó ní ìwọ̀nba àgbọ̀n tó ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ ń ṣètò 3,800 litre lọ tó ń dìbò ó pè dìbò láàárọ̀ tó ní tó máa ti tà tó máa di 12 wọ́n sọ pé kò sí pé bọ̀ gbogbo owó tó máa gbà kò lè kọjá 500,000 tó bá ti gbà fún wa mọ tó wà máa já tó wà fún wa lọ tọ́jú ẹ̀ sí tó bá yá àwọn àmọ̀ tó fẹ́ ná fún wa ló wọ́n ọmọọṣẹ́ òun lọ sí ibi ẹ̀ wọ́n tí mo sọ gbogbo ẹ̀ ń tẹ̀ wá nígbà ìwé tẹ̀ ní kò lè tó 500,000 wọ́n tí mo ṣe ní kẹ́ wọ́n tí bá fún ọ ní instruction wọ́n lè má gbà ń bí ẹlẹ́yọ̀ pẹ́ yàtọ̀ fún méjì orí mẹ́ta wọ́n lè gbà ń bí wọ́n dé bọ́ wọ́n máa gbà fún ọ̀sán wọn lọ sówó dé wa ní ayé láti wọ́n gbà lókè ọ̀rẹ́ àná lówó dé wọ́n sì ń gbà gbogbo àárọ̀ àná everybody ń gbà àárọ̀ yìí sì fẹ́ bá lówó dé ṣe no anybody tó wà sí tó gbà ìgbà tí Buhari ò tí fún rárá ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ fún rárá ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ gbogbo à ń ná láàrin ara wa à ń yanjú ẹ̀ àná tí Buhari sọ̀rọ̀ gbúra fún rárá ẹ̀ pé ó lé 200 naira ló wà ní dátẹ́ńdà ó lé 200 naira yẹn àti 100 naira ló wà ní yàrá rẹ̀ wà acceptable ìgbà ẹni problem wà tẹ́lẹ̀ à ń gbà pé irọ́ ni wọ́n máa ṣàbárí fún ọjọ́ ìṣẹ́ máa rí nǹkan tó máa fi ṣe bọ̀ láàánú tí Buhari ti sọ̀rọ̀
ní àná àwọn àti sọ torí tí wọ́n blọọkì Ọbásanjọ́ wọ́n blọọkì kínní èmi Wàhábù rájà ogun ẹ̀rọ dákọ́ wọn kò dájú kọjá ní gbogbo àná yẹn lórí owó yìí ló sọ owó yìí o ọ̀gbẹ́ni sì ṣé bí Ìbàdàn ni wọ́n blọọkì tẹ̀ sọ àti máníjà ṣé Ìbàdàn ni wọ́n blọọkì sí wọn àmọ́ báyẹn bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ bíbà yìí wọn àmọ́ báyẹn bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ bíbà yìí tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìjẹta àná ní alẹ́ àlùkò tèmi ń sọ fún tèmi ní kẹ́ gbọ́ o kò tèmi ń sọ fún yín sí tá a bá rí ẹnìkan tó bá di ẹwọ between now sí 4 o'clock tẹ́ bá dé ilé ìbò ẹnẹ tó bá tajà tó bá ṣe tajà ní 4 o'clock ẹ wá bá ẹ sọ pé èmi kan ní ayọ̀ lọ bá di aago 4 tí ilé ìbò yẹn bá ṣe tajà tó bá ṣe tajà ní aago This guy is here. The Congo media. Oh yeah,
lánàá ẹni dáhùn sọ̀rọ̀ ìwọ wà bí náà ẹ̀yà súnmọ́ bí ẹ̀yà ọlọ́run dé bí lánàá wọ́n fẹ́ ra.
mo mú ẹ̀jẹ̀ mi dé bí lánàá tí mo fẹ́ ra epo.
lálẹ́ bá olóhùn rí ẹ olóhùn bá ẹ.
lọ́sàn-án nígbà tí mo ní ṣé ń gba ọmọ náà náà ò gbà fine ó yá take my ATM ẹni kò sí náà lórí POS. ìwà jẹ́ POS
sojú gbóló
kò ní ìdí ẹ má nọ fún ara yín mo lè máa ń gbà
gbogbo ẹni mò ń gbé látẹ̀kàn Koikimedia bringing the world closer to your doorsteps. Ẹni tó ní ilé epo yẹn ò lọ́wọ́ sí mánéjà àti àwọn sales ẹ̀ náà ń ṣe bó ṣe wù wọ́n.
ìdí tí mo gbogbo jáde lọ tó bá láì máa ní ọjà ọjà èyí ó mú òtún wọn nìwà orí ó tún wọn nìwọ ìgbà tó mú òtún wọn nìwà ẹni ẹgbà ọgbọn ló mú POS ẹni POS ṣé ní àwọn ọmọ POS lọ ẹni wọ́n yẹ farabalẹ̀ wọ́n lórí fọ́ọ̀tì lọ ìdí tí mo fún olórí wọn lórí fọ́ọ̀tì ni pé.
Three times you don't have why should I find it better?
Koikimedia bringing the world closer to your doorsteps. A rí bí ó ṣe ń lọ àwọn ènìyàn náà tò sí ẹ̀gbẹ́ títì tí wọ́n fẹ́ rí epo yìí. Ẹni tó nílé epo ti dé ó dẹ̀ ti ń àdírẹ́sì àwọn èèyàn wa. Tọ́jú kí níjọ. Ẹni tó nílé epo ti dé ó ti bá àwọn èèyàn wa sọ̀rọ̀ ó ti àdírẹ́sì àwọn ọmọ ìlú tó wà níbẹ̀. Léyìí tó ń túmọ̀ sí wípé ẹni tó ní ilé epo fúnra rẹ̀ ó sọ̀rọ̀ ó ní wípé ẹni tí ó bá ní owó yẹn lọ́wọ́ pé kó kó wá fún òun pé òun á mọ bóun ṣe fẹ́ ṣe òun á change ẹ̀ fún wọn pé but tóun bá ní kóun máa ta epo ní ilé epo bẹ́ẹ̀ kì í ṣe ilé epo kan ṣo lòun ní kì í ṣe méjì wàhálà ló máa padà dá sílẹ̀ pé kò ní síbi tóun fẹ́ kó lọ. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa ó yẹ kí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí kó ti yé yín ju bí a ṣe ń sọ lọ. Ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà yìí ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa ìbò ló kún ọ̀túnla yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ronú wa wò ká rò lẹ́ẹ̀mejì ká tó hùwà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ronú wa wò lẹ́ẹ̀mejì ká tó hùwà. Gbogbo ìbò tá a ti ń dì láti bí 62 years. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ àǹfààní ẹyọ kan tá a bá rí nù ẹ̀ kàn sọ fún wa ká gbọ́. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa ẹ jẹ́ ká jí kúrò lójú oorun. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jí kúrò lójú oorun. Koikimedia bringing the world closer to your doorsteps. Tó bá tún ṣe ń lọ a máa fi tó yín létí. Koikimedia bringing the world closer to your doorsteps.
This is in-depth analysis.
There is no other section of the country that has contributed as much as northern Nigeria. None. We can bring any area and debate it. And you find that the North paid more than paid its dues. In political terms, this is what now the turbulence in the country politics. The North must not show its face as to who in the next election. The parties were warned that they must not field northerners as presidential candidates because it is not the turn of the North to rule again after Buhari. Of course, I mean, you can look at it in various ways, legal or political. Certainly not legal. Our law books are very clear, the Constitution is very clear that I can stand the election 20 times and I can lose 20 times. But nothing should stop me from contesting election if I want to. But then, when you look at it in terms of, well, do me, I do you. Rub my back and I rub yours. The North has rubbed more backs than is back being rubbed. Obasanjo couldn't get 10,000 votes in front of his house. I sat with him when he declared, and I told the journalists that spoke to him rudely most of the time, I said he would be president in Nigeria by the votes of northern Nigeria, and he did. Even there, well, we got paid back somehow. It wasn't appreciated as such. Who brought Jonathan? The North did. Who voted Abiola? The North did, in my sitting room, to defeat my younger brother, Tofa. All these are sacrifices being made by Northerners. And even if you are talking about the years in power from 1999 to date, Obasanjo 8 years, Jonathan 6, 14, Umaru 2, and now Buhari 8, 10. So I've been old even in the number, pure number of years, 4 years. 4 years, even on that, on those terms. But the issue shouldn't have been we are not qualified to contest. We have no right to contest. Certainly, this is the reason why we are saying now that the issue in Nigerian political environment must be based on democratic tenets only. There will be no issue of reserving anything for anybody. If you win an election, you win on the basis of this thumbprint. If you win, we'll accept. But if we win, there's no way you can deny us victory. No way. We will not accept that at all, and we'll be ready. So this is the point. Now, we are almost at the point when these elections will hold. And we have been in constant touch with our colleagues. We had, the Northern Elders Forum had remained committed to talk to other Nigerians on any matter at any time. And if there are differences, we should resolve it on the basis of discussion. But for us to be beginning to see threats that if this happens and we don't like it, we'll do something negative. So we are warning that the elections hopefully will be conducted free, fair, and credible. And anybody who wins the election must be accepted as the winner of the election without sentiment. And if there is any attempt to subvert it, then we'll be ready to also counter. No way. So, my dear friends and colleagues, the Northern Elders Forum or the Northern Assembly is meant for us to really look at ourselves and against the rights that is enshrined in our laws and constitution. We are not denying anyone their rights, and nobody will deny us our rights. Nobody. And those who are thinking along those lines, they should go and think again, because we shall not accept a situation where there is a fair, democratically conducted election and a winner emerges and will be denied on the basis that he comes from some section of this country, particularly our own section of the country, will not agree. So, Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry for my usual failure in this kind of gathering when I'm given an opportunity to talk. I've not even addressed, strictly speaking, my speech, but I picked the sense in it and talked about it. And I end again by thanking all of us for coming together to share our concerns about our home, the North, and for us to feel it, that without the base, the northern base, the Nigerian state will not have foundation without the northern base. So the North should be prepared to provide that base, and has always been prepared to provide the base. And this is why we made all the sacrifices we had to make in the interest of this country, even though a lot of these sacrifices are not being appreciated by many. And then finally coming home, I want us to remember the good old days of the Sadona. The North are one people, irrespective of where you worship or where you vote, where you associate, but remember the oneness, the togetherness, the fraternity that brought us, the history of this country has brought us together, and we succeeded the way we provided leadership over the years, and we have no apology to offer to anybody in terms of the role we have played for the benefit of this country. Thank you very much.
If you don't allow me, Biafran, to go, that zoological republic called Nigeria will be a worse place than Somalia, and today it is happening. And if you have not applied for your Somalian visa, please try and do so. That's the Somali visa. Try and do so as quickly as possible, because the zoo is on the path of destruction, and there is nothing man can do to reverse it. Mark today's date and what I'm telling you. Nigeria will be destroyed beyond human comprehension. If you don't allow we Biafrans to go, that zoological republic called Nigeria will be a worse place than Somalia, and today it is happening. And if you have not applied for your Somalian visa, please try and do so. That's the Somali visa. Try and do so as quickly as possible, because the zoo is on the path of destruction, and there is nothing man can do to reverse it. Mark today's date and what I'm telling you. Nigeria will be destroyed beyond human comprehension. If you don't allow we Biafrans to go, that zoological republic called Nigeria will be a worse place than Somalia, and today it is happening. And if you have not applied for your Somalian visa, please try and do so. That's the Somali visa. Try and do so as quickly as possible, because the zoo is on the path of destruction, and there is nothing man can do to reverse it. Mark today's date and what I'm telling you. Nigeria will be destroyed beyond human comprehension. If you don't allow we Biafrans to go, that zoological republic called Nigeria will be a worse place than Somalia, and today it is happening. And if you have not applied for your Somalian visa, please try and do so. That's the Somali visa. Try and do so as quickly as possible, because the zoo is on the path of destruction, and there is nothing man can do to reverse it. Mark today's date and what I'm telling you. Nigeria will be destroyed beyond human comprehension.
Impediment to Yoruba development is impediment to Yoruba development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1962, we are far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We are far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The process of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end. Impediment to Yoruba development. Impediment to Yoruba development is impediment to Yoruba development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1962, we are far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We are far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The process of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end. Impediment to Yoruba development is impediment to Yoruba development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1962, we are far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We are far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The process of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end.
Our story, the story of the Nigerian youth. As a child, I was told I was lucky to be born a Nigerian. I was told that my land flowed with milk and honey and that we were the giants of Africa. I was told that we represented the black race and that my country was on the path to greatness. Some of my schools had doors, windows and some tables, while some had no doors, no windows, no tables and no form of electricity. I could hardly hear my teachers over the din of the Lagos generator. I was promised books that never came and taught by those who themselves needed teaching. This was my foundation. I started life disadvantaged through no fault of mine. My parents made me promises based on the promises the government made to them. I was told that blackouts would soon be a thing of the past. I was told that water was coming to my area. I was told that the roads in my neighborhood would soon be tarred. I stood under the sun to thank the governor for using taxpayers' money to give my school some tables. He carried me up and in a loud voice said, "This is the future of Nigeria." They all said I was the future, but their actions clearly showed they didn't believe there was a future. As I prepared for university, I found out that no matter how hard I worked, that my name, religion, and the part of Nigeria that I came from mattered more than my hard work. My parents never told me that it was more important to buy handouts than to read. They never told me I was the object of my lecturer's affection. They never told me that a 4-year program could take 6 years. They never told me that some of my lecturers were the grandmasters of the confraternities. I was not told that it was easier to save money to pay for whatever grades I wanted than to read for the grades. I am now a graduate despite and in spite of it all. 2020 is here and I am searching for Vision 2020. I guess they never knew 2020 would come so soon. I still don't have water, my roads are still not tarred, and yes, I can still hear the generators humming away. The 5-year-old APC government says I should blame the previous PDP government, so I look for all the umbrella-carrying politicians. But lo and behold, they are all carrying brooms now. What to do? Umbrella or broom? Broom and umbrella. I need a job. This is who I am. I am the Nigerian youth. I am not lazy, neither am I corrupt. I could compete globally if I had the right tools. My Nigerian education has not prepared me for the world in which I live in. I would work if the jobs were available. I would farm if the farmlands were safe, if I had guaranteed off-takers for my produce, or if I had access to processing facilities within my area. I could start an online business if I had access to steady power, good and affordable internet, money to buy a laptop, or access to a techno park with shared services within my district. There are so many things I could do if my government would provide the enabling environment for me to thrive. I've been meaning to tell you that your minimum wage doesn't cover my monthly transportation. You have said that the Nigerian youth will drive agricultural revolution, but conveniently forgot to mention that farmers are being killed every day. You have now promised to enlist 1 million Nigerian youth into the army to fight Boko Haram. The same Boko Haram that was created by a politician who roams the streets of Abuja freely, while tens of thousands have been killed and millions displaced. The same one that other nations use one precision-guided missile to end, while my government shares contracts for the supply of bullets and AK-47s. Daily, I see videos of our troops fainting because they lack water, pushing their armored personnel carriers or protesting one thing or the other. Sorry, but this is not the kind of job I want. I will consider enlisting only when I see your children enlisted and in the front lines. Those of you who created Boko Haram should bring your children back from Europe and America to fight Boko Haram. Your war, their fight.
This is 2021. Some people are already getting ready to kill themselves over 2023. And they don't even know whether they are in 2023. They don't even know if there is 2023, whether they will see their hand. There's nobody here who can say for sure that they will see their hand by tomorrow. Nobody. It is God who determines who will see their hand by 2023. Somebody said to me, sir, who do you think should be president in 2023? I said, president of where? He said, president of Nigeria. How are you sure there will be Nigeria in 2023? How are you sure? Can you swear? I pray there will be you, so don't misquote me. But are you sure? Are you sure?
Wickedness of the government. Wickedness of the government. Wickedness of the government. Wickedness of the government. Ọ̀ṣun Ankara in Ilesha. Ọ̀ṣun Ankara in Ilesha. Wickedness of the government. Ọ̀ṣun Ankara in Ilesha.
Ankara in Malaysia is happening live. It's happening live. Wickedness. 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 Wickedness of the government. Wickedness of the government. Wickedness of the government. Wickedness of the government. Ankara in Malaysia. Ankara in Malaysia. Wickedness of the government. Ankara in Malaysia. Ankara in Malaysia is happening live. It's happening live. Wickedness. 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 Wickedness of the government. Wickedness of the government. Wickedness of the government. Wickedness of the government.
The government said they are doing this because a lot of people have amassed wealth, all the currency in their private houses. Agreed.
You agree with that?
I agree.
How?
Because I know that there is a governor in the northwestern part of this country that has got, from intelligence, he has got about 22 billion naira of the old currency.
What? Engineer?
22 billion of the old currency stacked in his house. Yes,
a governor
in northwest.
Will you blow the...
No need. He knows himself.
And you know that he knows himself?
Yes, and the security agencies know.
But why are they not talking?
Because maybe they belong to the same club. Or they are protecting him.
Or maybe they set a trap for him.
Well, the trap is for him to go out to change. But what we are saying is, for this one single man with 22 billion, I would wish in cash that he has accumulated through corruption, fraud of the system. My worry is the ordinary man in Yobe, in Tulotuloa, who has got only 1,000 naira as capital or his wealth. For him to lose that 1,000, I would rather allow the system to be cheated by one individual, because that man's money is legitimate money.
That 1,000.
That 1,000. The government said they are doing this because a lot of people have amassed wealth, all the currency in their private houses. Agreed.
You agree with that?
I agree.
How?
Because I know that there is a governor in the northwestern part of this country that has got, from intelligence, has got about 22 billion naira of the old currency.
What? Engineer?
22 billion of the old currency stacked in his house. Yes,
a governor in the
governor in northwest.
Will you blow the...
No need. He knows himself.
And you know that he knows himself?
Yes, and the security agencies know.
But why are they not talking?
Because maybe they belong to the same club. Or they are protecting him.
Or maybe they set a trap for him, I don't know.
Well, the trap is for him to go out to change. But what we are saying is, for this one single man with 22 billion, I would wish in cash that he has accumulated through corruption, fraud of the system. My worry is the ordinary man in Yobe, in Tulotuloa, who has got only 1,000 naira as capital or his wealth. For him to lose that 1,000, I would rather allow the system to be cheated by one individual, because that man's money is legitimate money.
pátápátá ni màmá jókòó sí ẹ̀yìn ni mo wà ìlú wà lẹ́yìn orí ìjọba yẹn ni wúlò lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ títí rí orúkọ bóyá nípa ìyá ọtí ẹni lẹ́yìn sábà pàdé rẹ̀ sí gbogbo alákọ̀ọ́ Yorùbá lẹ́yìn pásọ̀fẹ́ mi ní mo gbẹ̀rù sí ìsìnkú lẹ́yìn ní ọba àti ọmọ àwọn fi ṣe rẹ̀ títí kò bá ṣe ààrẹ wọnú mọ́tò yẹn báyìí èèyàn pátápátá ni màmá jókòó.
Ọlọ́run dá ọ̀run òun ayé ó fi ìpìlẹ̀ rẹ̀ lélẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ọgbọ́n ńlá àti òye ńlá àti ìmọ̀